I want to talk about a term that is used a lot recently that grinds my gears, for lack of a better word. We are going to talk about downplaying. What is downplaying? This is where we have to begin. What is downplaying? As usual, I am going to use the definition on the official, not official fighting game glossary made by LordKnight, right? So, the definition he has is someone who constantly says the character they play isn't very good, even though there's plenty of evidence to the contrary. Downplayers tend to focus primarily on all the ways their character might lose and tend to brush off where their character is strong, often insisting that people can easily avoid or react to all of their offensive options, even when it's not true. Furthermore, the heart of this matter usually comes down to ownership. If players admit they're playing a strong character, they might have to start admitting when they lose it's their own fault, and nobody likes that. Okay. Again, shout out to LordKnight for the glossary. Anytime you don't know like a definition in fighting games, feel free to use this glossary. I agree with this a lot. I first started hearing this in DBFZ, this term, because I was thinking the other day, like, where did this even come from? Like, people say all the time now, downplaying. You might find this pretty funny if you've been following me for a while, but people call me a Amelia downplayer right now. It goes hand in hand with hyperbole also, and I'm not sure if it's just like we're talking more, or maybe it's the nature of Twitter, or maybe it's like the nature of like gamers, like if something is either ridiculously good or useless. But this is the issue that I have with the term. The definition is exactly what it needs to be. There's nothing wrong with the definition of it. It's the usage. And what bothers me about it is that in all fighting games, whether a game has a super high character power or like everyone's pretty fair or whatever, all characters have pros and cons besides like truly broken characters. In Guilty Gear Strive, every character has strengths and weaknesses. Every character has like matchups that are even, matchups that are favorable, matchups that are unfavorable. So the real huge issue I have with this, and this is going to circle back, right, is people will call you a down player when you address a character's weakness in an objective way, and they'll say you're a fucking down player, which is super whack. It's super whack. And of course, for me, the best example is people calling me Amelia down player. That's fucking ridiculous. Do you know how fucking ridiculous this is? To be honest, Amelia was probably worse when the game came out than now. Like she's actually like saved. Like if we were still playing release Amelia now, it would be huge. I don't think I could play her. Like it would be huge struggle bus right now if she never changed. If you remember when the game came out, which is this is another reason why I'm so irked by this. Many people were telling me that Amelia was not good, and like, why do you think she's good? Why won't you say that she's just bad? Blah blah blah. It should be obvious. It's not fucking obvious. It's actually not obvious. You need to take the time and review situations and play out before you give like such a strong term, like a strong opinion on that. You can have your opinion in the moment, and that's fine. But like a lot of people's opinion on Amelia when the game came out was like, oh, you know, she doesn't do a lot of damage, and that's why she's not good. That's basically the main reason. And like she doesn't have plus frames, and Soul has plus frames, so that's why she's not good, right? But I was like, there's a lot of other good things about her. Like she's really fast, she has good mix-ups, like she has a plus move, but like it's not fast. Like what's the point of even playing her? Like a lot of people were saying that, right? The first time I said I think Amelia is struggling kind of, and she could use some help, was in November, and the game came out in June, so that's like what, like 5 months after the game came out. So what's the difference, right? The difference is the majority of my time playing this game is with Amelia. I only played one other character at that time, and I dropped him. It was Gold Lewis, so I was already done playing Gold Lewis at that time, and I was only playing Gold Lewis at a really specific capacity for one specific thing. Besides that is all Amelia all the time, in many matchups, reviewing my footage, coming up with stuff. Like a lot of tactics like you see people use with Amelia is stuff that like I came up with. It's not even tooting my own horn. It's like I just see it when I watch other people play the character. So it's from my review over time, reviewing situations over and over, judging risk return, judging outcomes, blah blah blah. Right? You, not saying you, but you, the people who say Amelia sucked really fast, you just played her for a little bit and you're like, oh, Soul's broken, so Amelia sucked. Like that, you know what I mean? So the fact that like and this is why I don't like the way people use downplay, that like as soon as someone's like, yeah, you know what, this character does have problems, right? This character does have problems, and it would be nice if they fix them, but like I'll just do my best with what I have, and maybe like, as you guys have heard me say recently, like, hey, you know what, like there's more to be found with Milia. Like I don't think Milia has been figured out totally yet. There's more stuff we could be doing, and I hope it comes across in my play too, as you guys see me continue to play and practice the game. It takes away from people using objective reasoning for their feelings. You're just like, oh, you're not saying she's good. Because what happens now is like, oh, her mix-up's really good. You're downplay her by saying she's not good, despite me giving you specific. I'm not just saying she's bad. I'm giving you specific reasons why of her weaknesses. I'm not even saying why I think she's bad, because I don't think she's a bad character. What I say is why I feel like her weaknesses need to be addressed compared to other characters. The main one, and we can review it, right? The main one, in Milia's case, just talk about Milia right now, would be about risk return, right? In the end, risk return. Like, she has good tools, but risk return is not her favorite. That's probably the one sentence way of how I would describe it. And this all gets lost in hyperbole. So they're just like, they start with, oh, she's trash. And then later, when you're like, you know what, like, this character has these problems, to go, oh, you're a down player. It also works in the opposite way. It's such a huge issue in Dragon Ball when I was playing, where people be like, this character is too good. This character's OD, right? So, like, Base Vegeta Season 3, okay? People are like, he is the best character. This character defines the game, etc., etc., etc. I was like, no, I played the character for more than 6 months. I actually listened to Sonic and played the character, and I appreciated the advice because the character was really fucking good, but they nerfed him. One, they nerfed him in a significant way, is one, and then two, he had a bunch of clear issues where you basically have to like make like these super hard reads to like make up for it. And then I was like, well, you know, their characters like Gotenks and like Broly and stuff, so like, why are you saying that Base Vegeta is the best character, but people just push it lazily? That's the issue, lazily, without giving like good reasoning. They're just like, oh, I heard this character's OD, everyone else is saying the character's OD. So right now, downplaying, like when people say downplaying, just really fucking piss me off, because most people don't use the term properly. What is a good way to describe people actually downplaying? We have to go back to Dragon Ball again, I think, because I think in this game, nobody really downplays characters, it feels like. At least from, like, if there was a character, it might be like Chip or something. I'm not sure. In Dragon Ball, people would downplay characters all the time. The most famous one is probably Piccolo. Where people constantly said Piccolo was not good when he was really good. Not only was he good, but his assist was ridiculous. His assist was ridiculous also. So that's like probably one I had off the top of my head. So downplaying's not fine. The term is fine when you use it the right way. The issue is people use it the wrong way. If you say a character's weakness, they're just like, you're downplaying, which is fucking stupid. This needs to change. I am submitting my influencer card to try to get people to use this term the right way, because it's a fucking lazy ass term. Any questions? People call me a Scorpion down player and MK11 even though he wasn't top 10. Your name on Twitch is Buff Chip. There's some danger. There's a little danger. But jokes aside, like, you know, I feel it. I understand you.